So I'm just starting at the base of the mast. Hopefully you can get a good idea. Hopefully the wind's not too bad. One day I'll just stop saying that, I think, but never mind. So yeah, it's all stainless steel, and just a lot of this, you know, there's been a lot of thought put into it, but obviously it wasn't by me, so I kind of need to figure it all out, figure how it's going to work. This is looking down the down the length of it. I'll need to get a light at some stage because that's no good. But yeah, it's all beautiful stainless steel. The welds are quite nice. There's a bit of slag on them, but I'm sure I can clean that up and get this looking. Yeah, it'll be a matter of whether I I mean, I've kind of got to buff it all up, because that's kind of the one thing why you'd have a stainless steel mast, I suppose. So yeah, this is the boom attachment, I'm guessing. This is the we'll get out of the wind. This is the pivot which locks into a mast step up the top. So she pivots on this point, and then yeah, there's this point here where there's a lever that goes up and assists. It's got a name, but I've forgotten what it's called. Assists, like levers it out, so you get a better fulcrum point. I think that's what you call it. And yeah, these are the spreaders, which are all stainless steel, and the sail track runs the full length. Pretty good. At one stage I was actually hoping to make it a gaff, and I'm just wondering whether anyone's made a gaff rig. I think I'm probably just going to avoid it because it seems not too much trouble. If anyone's ever made a gaff with a sail track rather than kind of hoops that go around the mast, in my head I can't see why it wouldn't work, but yeah, as I said, I'm not that familiar with it all. There's a point for this, that'll be the forestay, or a inner forestay, and the second set of spreaders. I'll try and get a better look in there. Yeah, second set of spreaders. I've just got attachment points there. They're either for forestays or something or other. There's a lot, or actually they could be. Yeah. That'll be for the shrouds. Some of these are shrouds and some of these are forestays. And yeah, just a lot of, I mean, yeah, it's a heavy duty piece of equipment. I mean, it looks more like a boom of a crane or something than a sailboat boom. So yeah, it's just one of these special little things, and I think seeing this kind of stuff just made me a little bit more confident in the rest of the boat, because there's some pretty technical things going on here. That's the head of the mast. So she must be about, I'm thinking it must be, because if you look around here, I've actually got a mast of a Hobie catamaran, which I know is 8 meters. I haven't actually measured the mast yet, and I'm actually wondering whether I can use that as a boom. Yeah, there's a possibility it might not quite be strong enough, but I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. You know, I have to do a bit more research. It's not a problem to just get a bigger boom, but yeah, I just had that laying around from another project. So that's 8 meters. So I reckon this has got to be 10 meters, because the boat's 14, and it's quite shorter than the 10 or 11 meters long, which is quite actually short for this size boat, but it's chunky, which is hence the reason why I was wondering whether to put a gaff on it with a long boom, because I want this to be I I want it to be powerful. I want it to be a sailboat. I don't want it to be a motorboat. It's going to have a motor in it. But yeah, a lot of the inspiration I'm kind of getting for her is from like old timber work boats with gaff rigs mostly, like even like pilot cutters and things like that. Just because I think they were, they were crewed by two people, usually a guy and a young boy. So I just think I just like the idea of that, that chunky, strong, powerful sail. And they all had wooden timber masts and big heavy booms and all that, and really simple hardware. So yeah, I just kind of think with the modern winches and things, it should be possible to make a really powerful rig for a big heavy chunk of metal like this. But I'm basically an amateur, so any advice that anyone can give me, or anything more knowledgeable, I would love to hear. So I'll just go back. That up there, I'll get up at another point and take a better video of it. So that's the mast step pivot point. You can just see the hole at the top. There we go, the hole at the top. That's where she pivots on that hole right there, with a big kingpin through it. And then there's a pole that's actually over there on the ground that they use, which will basically go along there, and then that will be winched from that point up, and then the mast will fall down. And as you can see on the back, there's a big, heavy, also stainless post in the back that I'm currently winching stuff up with, and that's where the mast will lay and sit and get tied down to when this thing becomes a motor vessel. After speaking to the wife of the previous builder, I'll say it now, the previous builder, he died, and apparently was building it. He was a German bloke building it to sail over to Europe, and he had plans of going under all the bridges and things like that. So yeah, he wanted a vessel that was strong enough to get over there and safe and all these things, and then be able to drop the mast and just go through all the bridges, which I'm sure there are many of in that part of the world, and then just have a strong enough engine to kind of motor around those, and make it like put a bit of thought into it, and obviously made a custom solution for that. So yeah, I'm going to follow through with all that kind of thing, and I think she's going to be an absolute beauty. I'm hoping I can polish her up quite a bit and make her very nice and shiny, or as shiny as possible. And yeah, just to know that, this heavy duty piece of equipment, it's not going to be the fastest boat in the world, but I don't think that's the idea about it. It's built to be strong and last, and you can kind of see just by the craftsmanship put into the mast. This is a custom made piece of equipment, and I couldn't imagine what it would cost to get something like this. Something. If I just leant on the mast and pivoted it, and my water heater just dropped off it. Never mind. But yeah, it would. There's a blooper. There's my first blooper. This is great. But yeah, I wouldn't even want to imagine what something like this would cost to get made. Even just to move it around transport-wise would be, it's not a simple thing. I can't get it on anything I've got. So you need a truck to move it. It's just all these things, and the rigging that I've got. I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, the rigging that I've got it isn't here at the moment, but I have got. It's all brand new and heavy duty as well, and it's chunky. So yeah, it just gives me peace of mind, and it might not be what some people think on, but I think if you asked some of the old school diehard sailors of the early part of last century, I think they would agree that build it strong, you know. And aluminium's great, but I've worked with it my entire working life, and it's brittle. It snaps. It doesn't bend. And I think that was that's the thinking behind this whole kind of boat. She'll bend. She can bend. You can bash it back into place. You know, it can be added to very easily. It can be fixed. This thing, there's no reason why it shouldn't last. Over 100 years if it's looked after. And I just like to see people getting back into that kind of thinking. That's just it's a bit of my philosophy, but never mind. Yeah, so this is just on the mast. Something you'll be seeing more of. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you want to know any more specifics. That's where the stays come through. So they attach to the top. Yeah. As I say, I haven't stood this mast, but I have seen it. Photos of it standing. It has been stood before, or stepped, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's going to be an exciting day. But I will try and get her all shiny before we attempt to do that and get a lot of other stuff done as well. But yeah, thanks.